Hey there, welcome. You know that feeling, right? When you're squinting at a menu in a restaurant, or you find yourself needing to turn on every light in the room just to read a book? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating idea about why our eyesight seems to go downhill as we get older. And more importantly, we'll look at what some of the science says we can actually do about it. So let's get a clearer picture of what's really going on here.
So are reading glasses just our destiny? I mean, we all kind of assume it, right? It's just this unavoidable part of getting older, like a rite of passage. But what if it's not? What if that slow blurring of the world around us isn't some mechanical failure we have no control over? What if it's something we can actually influence? Now that's the big question we're going to dig into.
Yeah, and for so many of us, the story is pretty much the same. It starts small, right? You just need a little more light to read comfortably. Then all of a sudden, you're dealing with that awful glare from headlights when you're driving at night. It's this slow, creeping change. And we've all been told, hey, that's just life, it's inevitable. But you know what? Understanding the real root cause here, that's the first step toward maybe changing that story.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. The source of the problem? It's probably not what you think it is. We all assume it's just about the lens in our eye getting stiff or old. But the core issue, according to the research we're looking at, is actually an energy crisis. Seriously, your eyes are literally running out of power. So who are the heroes in this story? They're these tiny things called mitochondria. You can think of them as the power plants inside every single one of our cells. And get this, want to guess where you can find one of the highest concentrations of these power plants in your entire body? Yep, right in the cone cells of your retina. That's the part of your eye that sees sharp details and all those vivid colors. They are just absolutely packed with these little energy factories. And check out this number, because it really brings the problem into focus. By the time you're 60, you need 3 times more light to see than a 20-year-old does. 3 times! And why is that? Well, it's because as we get older, we lose a massive number of those mitochondria. With fewer power plants online, your eye needs way more external energy, which is just light, to do the exact same job. So let's just put it side by side. When you're young, your eyes are powered by this dense, powerful network of mitochondria. That's what gives you that sharp, detailed vision. But as we get older, that network starts to thin out a lot. And what's the result? Well, details get blurry, and suddenly we're struggling with stuff like night vision and glare. It's a straight line, really, from losing those mitochondria to our vision getting worse.
Okay, so here's the crucial takeaway. If a lack of energy is the problem, then maybe boosting our cellular energy is the solution. And the really good news is, there are actually ways to encourage our bodies to build more of these vital little power plants. So let's get into it. We're going to look at 3 foundational pillars for doing just that. All right, first up, a low-carb diet. Think about it. We already know that high sugar can really damage the retina, right? That's what happens in diabetes. So it makes sense that the opposite, running your body on ketones, which is an alternative fuel from fat, could actually be protective. Second is intermittent fasting. This helps lower your blood sugar and, really cool, it kicks off this cellular cleanup process in your body. And number 3, good old-fashioned regular exercise. Getting your body moving boosts oxygen flow, and that directly tells your body, hey, build more mitochondria.
Okay, so those are the big foundational habits. But building on top of that, the source material also gives us a kind of toolkit, a set of specific strategies for some of the most common eye problems we deal with as we age. Now, one of the most cutting-edge tools in this toolkit is something with a fancy name, photobiomodulation. But you've probably heard of it as red light therapy. The whole idea here is to use a very, very specific wavelength of red light to help the mitochondria you already have in your retina work more efficiently, and maybe even repair themselves. It's kind of like giving your cellular power plants a much-needed tune-up. Now listen up, because the protocol for this is super specific and safety is absolutely key. The source recommends using a 670 nanometer wavelength device, and get this, for just 3 minutes, and only once a week. But here's the most critical part, the non-negotiable rule. You have to keep your eyes closed. The light is powerful enough to penetrate your eyelids and do its job, so you don't need and you don't want that direct, potentially harmful exposure. All right, this is a great little cheat sheet for some targeted solutions. For cataracts, the suggestion is N-acetylcarnosine, or NAC, eye drops, which might help dissolve those cloudy proteins. For glaucoma, high-dose vitamin D3 is on the list. And what about those super annoying floaters? Well, prolonged fasting could help because it triggers something called autophagy, which is basically your body's natural cleanup crew for getting rid of junk.
And finally, for dry eyes, vitamin B1 could help by supporting the nervous system that controls your tear ducts. Now, of course, this is all just for informational purposes. For any of this stuff, you've got to talk to your own healthcare professional to figure out what's right for you.
Okay, we've talked about some big picture strategies, but now let's bring it down to some really simple, really powerful habits. Things you can start doing like today to support your vision for the long haul. So if you spend a lot of time staring at a screen, and let's be honest, who doesn't, this one is for you. It's called the 20-20-20 rule. It's simple. Every 20 minutes, you just look at something that's about 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That's it. What this does is it gives the little focusing muscles in your eyes a chance to relax. And hey, here's a little pro tip. While you're taking that 20-second break, make a point to blink. A nice full blink every 5 seconds or so. It'll really help with that screen-induced dry eye.
And hey, you can also feed your eyes from the inside out. Egg yolks are an absolute superstar here because the nutrients in them, things like lutein and zeaxanthin, are super bioavailable, meaning your body can actually absorb and use them easily. Then you've got liver and cod liver oil, which are packed with true, ready-to-use vitamin A. That's so crucial for night vision. Of course, leafy greens like kale and Swiss chard are great too. They're loaded with those protective phytonutrients. Oh, and pistachios make the list too.
You know, this quote really hits home because it's such a simple but powerful prescription for modern life. Just think about it. Our eyes spend pretty much all day long contracted, just staring at a screen that's a foot or two from our face. Getting outside and intentionally looking at things in the distance, a far-off tree, a cloud, whatever, it's genuinely therapeutic. It's like physical therapy for your eyes, helping them undo all that constant strain. So, wow, we've covered a lot, from cellular energy right down to simple daily habits. If there's one big takeaway from all this, it's that you might have way more say in your eye health than you've been led to believe. When you look at all these options, from a simple diet tweak to the 20-20-20 rule, it really all boils down to this one question. What's the very first step you're going to take to see your future just a little more clearly?